ask the Europeans if the world team if they're gonna compete. I mean, because we look at Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic now. Let's go back and look at what they do in the All-Star game. Is that competition? So we haven't questioned what they've been doing, but we're gonna question the old heads and the Americans. But these two dudes out there, Luka and Jokic, they don't care about the game at all. These dudes be laying on the floor, they shoot from half court, but you got to worry about the old heads playing hard. I can read between the lines, bro. And I just think a lot of times, I'm just say that I can read between the lines. And it's not just about you. It's just a overall topic that everybody has just been talking about. You just happen to ask me that question.
LeBron James ruined the NBA All-Star game, and here is how. Not with a scandal, not with a bad performance, not with a loss, but with a moment. One possession, one decision in Toronto that changed the culture of basketball forever. And if you understand what the All-Star game used to mean, you understand why that moment mattered. The NBA All-Star Game started in 1951 as a showcase of the absolute best players in the world. But it wasn't just entertainment. It was pride. It was East versus West, conference against conference. For decades, that matchup meant something. In the 1980s and 90s, when Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Hakeem Olajuwon took that floor, they competed, they defended, they took matchups personally. Michael Jordan wasn't smiling through defensive possessions. He wanted to win. Kobe Bryant inherited that same mentality. In 2003, his first All-Star game against Jordan, Kobe picked him up full court. That was an exhibition game, but it didn't feel like one. There was pride attached to it. There was ego attached to it. There was something to prove. The All-Star game was where superstars tested each other without playoff pressure. It was still a battle, and the fans respected it. Then the league started evolving. Format changes, captain drafts, charity incentives, untimed fourth quarters, USA versus world discussions. The spectacle grew. The competition shrank. Scores ballooned. Defense disappeared. The edge softened. But culture doesn't just fade. It gets modeled. And that brings us to 2016. Before we continue, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so I can quit my job. Also get an irrational faith shirt. All of us fans are irrational about our teams. Kobe Bryant's final All-Star game. Toronto. The building was electric. The basketball world wanted one thing. Kobe versus LeBron, one-on-one. Legacy versus legacy. The torch moment. Kobe was ready. LeBron had the ball, and he passed. Now, from a pure basketball standpoint, yes, that might have been the right play. But culturally, that was the wrong moment to pass, because the All-Star game has never been about safe decisions. It has been about pride, about saying, I'm here, about rising to the moment. That possession symbolized something bigger. It symbolized that the edge was gone. When LeBron became the face of the NBA, he didn't just inherit talent, he inherited responsibility to carry the competitive standard that Jordan passed to Kobe. And Kobe was prepared to pass it forward. LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, they became the giants of the era. The most watched, the most marketed, the most influential. Young players study how stars behave. If the leaders treat something like a showcase, the next generation will treat it the same. Culture trickles down. And over time, the All-Star game became a layup line. Smiles, no resistance, 180-point totals. Because the tone had already been set. Kevin Durant recently said people should criticize Luka or Jokic if they're upset about effort. But Luka and Jokic didn't create this culture. They walked into it. They entered a league where the All-Star game was already trending toward entertainment over competition. They inherited the standard. They didn't define it. The standard was set by the faces of the league before them. This isn't about nationality. It isn't about era bashing. It's about leadership. When the most influential player of a generation consistently treats something casually, it becomes casual. And when fans complain that the All-Star game lacks heart, you have to trace it back to when that heart stopped being protected. LeBron is one of the greatest players ever. But greatness comes with accountability. Jordan competed, Kobe competed. They guarded the culture. And in Toronto, in that moment when the basketball world was ready for fire, LeBron passed it away.
I got this right here. I need my credential back. Where are you guys?
Yeah, the All-Star game, yo. How real is that, though? You know what I mean? How real is that, yo? How real is that? Damn. Damn. We here now, baby. We here now.